Reducing the fraction to its lowest term. So here are some examples I came up with that we're going to go over. Let's do one. We have a 12 over 30. We are also going to use trying to reduce each number into the prime factor. So we have a 12 on top. A 12 is what time we're going to get you 12. So we're going to have a 3 and a 4. And a 4 is a 2 and a 2. Now because all of the bottom number here is a prime number, so those are the number that we're going to use. So we have 2 times 2 times 3 from here. Now we have the bottom number, the denominator is a 30. A 30 is since this is a 0 here, so it's easiest to me is to say a 10 times the front number, which is 3. So 3, we can't go any lower since it's a prime number. And we have a 10. 10 is a 2 times 5. Both of those are prime number now, so we can't go any lower. We're going to rewrite this, but we're going to rewrite it in order. So it'll be 2 times 3 times 5. 2 times 3 times 5. You could write it as 2, 5, and 3. At the end, you're still going to get the same answer anyway. So here we have a 2 on top and a 2 on the bottom. So what does that mean is that as long as these are multiplying, not addition, so as long as they're multiplying in between them, we could cancel. If we see something on the top, we could cancel something on the bottom. So that means a 2 and a 2 could cancel. Now we don't have any 2 in the bottom, so we're going to leave this 2. And then we have a 3 in the top and a 3 in the bottom, so those could cancel. So what we have left is a 2 and a 5. So our answer is going to be a 2 over 5. The next one we have, number 2 is 14 over 42. So now, again, we're going to do the same thing. So we're going to have 14. So a 14 is a 2 and a 7. 2 and a 7, both are prime number. We can't go any further, so we're going to write down 2 times 7. And then we have a 42. A 42, we have a what? A 7 times 6. So a 7 is a prime number again. So a 6, we could go even further, which is going to give us a 2 and a 3. So we're going to have 2 times 3 times 7 on the bottom. 2 times 3 times 7. So here, again, if we see, they're all multiplying the number here. So now what we're going to do is what we see on top, we could take out on the bottom also, if we have it. So a 2 and a 2 cancel, and a 7 and a 7 cancel. Now, how are we going to write our answer since there's nothing left on the top? So now what we're going to do is let's add 1 to it. So multiply by 1. So if 1 times any number, both of these number, is still going to be that number itself. So we technically did not add any number or change the question. So now we have a 1 all over a 3 left. So it's 1/3. Number 3 we have is 8 over 12. Now a 8 we have is a 2 times 4, and then a 4 is a 2 times 2. So the top we have is 2 times 2 times 2. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. So now we have a 12. A 12 we have a 2 times 6. A 6 we have 2 times 3. So 2, 2, and 3. So 2, 2, 3. So now we have a 2 on the bottom, 2 on top, 2 on the bottom, so those cancel. These 2 cancel. These 2 does not match, so what we're going to do is just rewrite it, and that will be your answer. Number 4, we have a 6 and 16. So 6, we have a 2 and a 3. We cannot break down anymore, so we're just going to write 2 times 3. And then a 16, we have a 2 times 8 equals 16. A 8 is a 2 and a 4. A 4 could break down even more. So we have 1, 2, 3, 4. 4, 2. So 1, 2, 3, and 4. A 2 on top, a 2 on the bottom cancel. A 3 left on top. There's no 3 here, so our answer is going to be 3 times 2 times 2 times 2. We cannot leave it like this because it's asking us to put it to the lowest term in the factors. So what we have is a 3 on top, and then a 2 times 2 is a 4, and then bring down this 2. And then a 4 times 2 is an 8, and that will be our final answer. Why did we break it down too much over here? Because sometimes there is a chance that some number can cancel what is on top. So it's best to break it all down to a prime, even though we have to do a little extra work to bring it back, multiply them back to get one whole number instead of leaving them like that. Okay, so number 5. We have a 12 times 20. So we have a 12 and a 20. A 12 is a 2 and a 6, and a 2 and a 3, a 20. Since it's a 0, so I'm just going to write down a 10 and a 2. And then the 10 could break it down as a 2 and a 5. So we have 2 times 2 times 3 from here. And then 2 times 2 times 5. What we could take out here is a 2, a 2, and then we left with 3 and a 5. Number 6, we have a 35 over 80. So our number is getting a little larger now. We have a 35, which is a 5 and a 7. Yeah, a 5 and a 7. I keep wanting to write 3. Okay, now 80. The 80, like I said earlier, so this is going to be, so because it's 0, so it's a 10 times the number in the front, which is the 8. And then here we have a 10 could break down some more, which is a 2 and a 5. An 8 we could break down to a 2 and a 4, and then a 2 and a 2 again. So on the bottom we're gonna have 2, 5, 2, 2, 2. So we have 2 times 5 times 2 times 2 times 2. Let's make sure we have it right. So we've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay. So now none of the 2 could cancel out, but a 5 and a 5 could cancel out. So what we left with is a 7 on top, and then we have 1, 2, 3, 4. So it'll be 1 times 2 times 2 times 2. So those 2 is a 2 times 2 is a 4, and then 2 times 2 is a 4. So 4 times 4 is an 8. So now we have a 7 over 8 on the bottom. Number 7, we have a 70 over a 120. So we have 70. Let's break it down to a 10 and a 7. And then we have a 2 and a 5. So it'll be 2 times 5 times 7. And at 120, we have a 10 and a 12. This one is 2 and a 5. And this one is a 2 and a 6. It could break down to 2 and a 3. So we have 2, 5, 2 times 5, and then 2 times 2, and a 3. Now what we could cancel out is a 2 on top, and a 5. So what we are left with is 7, 2 times 2 times 3. So 2 times 2 is equal to 4 times 3. 4 times 3 equal to 12. So our final answer is 7/12. The last one we have is number 8. Is 150 all over 200. So we have 150. And that one we have a 10 and a 15. This one we have 2 and 5. 15 is 3 and 5. So we have 2 times 5 times 3 times 5. And a 200, we have a 100 times 2. Because there's 2. We could write down 10 times 20. Or we could write down 100 times 2, which is still going to get you that 200. So this is a prime already. So 100 we have 2 and a 50. 50 we have 2 and 25. 25 we have a 5 and a 5. So we have 5, 2, 5, 5. So sorry, a 2, 2, 5, 5. So we have 2 times 2 times 5 times 5. And then we also have this 2. Right, so it'll be 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 1, 2. Okay, so now let's try to cancel some out. So we have a 2 cancel out a 2, a 5 cancel out a 5, a 5 cancel out a 5. So what we have left is a 3 all over a 2 times 2. So that means we have a 3 over 4. That will be our final answer.